Google I/O 2025 just dropped a bomb on how search really works. AI now delivers answers, not links. In this episode of Undumb Marketing, we break down what AI mode means for your rankings, visibility, and content strategy. If your content isn't built for bots, it's invisible. Learn how to future-proof your SEO before it's too late.
Okay, so if you thought digital marketing was moving fast before, well, you really need to buckle up now. Google I/O 2025, it wasn't just, another update. It felt more like a full-blown AI-first transformation. We're talking about how people search, how they discover things, how they buy online, everything. Seriously, if you're still marketing like it's 2023, you're probably about to get steamrolled.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And just for context, Google I/O, that's their big annual developer conference, right? It's where they show off all the new shiny toys, the latest tech. But this year, wow, it really felt like AI wasn't just part of the story. AI was the story. It's the engine now, not just like a feature bolted on.
Exactly, which is why for this deep dive, we really want to unpack what these huge changes actually mean for you listening. Because like you said, AI isn't just some overlay anymore, it is the engine. And understanding that shift, it's absolutely crucial right now. So where do we even start? There's so much. I guess let's look at the very foundation, the heart of search now, AI mode. Google's rolled out these AI overviews, you might have heard it called AI mode, to basically all US users. That's what, over 230 million people?
Mm-hmm. And they're not stopping there. The plan is global. We're talking over 1.5 billion users across more than 200 countries. So if your Google searches have felt a bit different lately, yeah, this is probably why.
And the experience itself is changing, right? Instead of that, wall of blue links we're all used to.
Right. Now, you often get these AI-generated summaries right at the top. They're designed to just answer your question directly. Quick, easy, almost frictionless.
So what does that mean, though, if the links aren't the main event anymore?
Well, what's fascinating here is this isn't just about climbing the rankings in the same old way. It's really about representation. Your content, your information, it needs to be the source that feeds those AI answers. Is the AI quoting you? Is it summarizing your points?
Okay, so the takeaway for content is it needs a rethink. It has to be structured properly. It has to be really clear about the user's intent and optimized so that AI can actually understand it. You have to think of it like featured snippets, but on steroids almost.
Exactly. It's like you're explaining something clearly and concisely to a very smart machine. So those generic listicles, the fluffy blog posts, they're probably out, or at least much less effective.
So actionable advice here is what? Restructure your content.
Yeah, definitely restructure blog content. Focus on answering direct, high-intent questions very clearly. Use schema markup, structured data that stuff's more important than ever to help the AI make sense of your pages. And prioritize writing that's genuinely helpful, concise, authoritative. Forget keyword stuffing. Think answer stuffing, but in a good way.
Moving on from just text, one area that really jumped out at me, it feels almost sci-fi, is this shift to visual search. People aren't just typing anymore. They're pointing, snapping, scanning. Google Lens usage is up, 65% year over year? That's insane. Over 100 billion visual searches annually.
That's a huge number. And it reflects a real change in behavior.
Yeah.
And now they've got this Search Live feature.
Right. Describe that. It sounds wild.
It is pretty wild. Imagine basically having a video call with Google Search.
Mm-hmm.
You point your camera at, say, a weird plant in your garden and ask, what is this? Or you hover over a shirt someone's wearing.
And ask, where can I buy that?
Exactly. It's like having an expert right there, identifying things in the real world through your camera.
So connecting this to the bigger picture, this isn't some far-off future thing.
No, not at all. This is how Gen Z and Gen Alpha are going to search.
Yeah.
Not someday. I mean, they're doing it now. The implication for brands, especially visual ones, is massive.
Ouch.
Well, think about it. If your product images are, flat, low-res, badly lit, or just not indexed properly with the right data.
The AI can't see them or understand them.
Precisely. You're basically invisible in this new visual search environment. You're out of the conversation entirely. Your product visuals need to be sharp, clear, recognizable by AI, and obviously still compelling to humans.
And it's broader than just product shots, right? Image and video optimization across your whole site.
Absolutely. It's table stakes now for visibility and just basic user experience. Using the right keywords in your alt text, descriptions, tags, Google needs that context. Plus, optimizing the files themselves, compression, caching, maybe using a CDN that makes pages load faster.
Which we know Google loves and users definitely prefer.
Definitely. And Google's pretty clear on their guidelines for alt tags, descriptions, structured data for images and video. It helps search engines, sure, but it also makes your site more accessible. Win-win.
So, action items for listeners. Audit those images.
Yes. Audit your product image library. Upgrade anything that looks dated or low quality. Add descriptive alt text and metadata for every single image. Don't skip it. And try using more lifestyle shots, contextual photos. Show the product in use. It gives visual relevance.
Okay, let's shift gears again. This next one feels huge. Agent mode. I heard it called maybe the biggest change to online shopping in like a decade.
It could well be. It's a fundamental shift in the process.
Explain how it works, because it's not just search anymore, is it?
No, it's like having a personal shopping assistant powered by AI. Instead of you opening 10 tabs, comparing specs, reading reviews, you give the AI agent a task.
Like what? Give me an example.
Okay, like find me a lightweight hiking backpack. Needs to be under $150. Oh, and make sure it has good reviews. And the AI agent goes off and does the legwork, the discovery, the comparison, maybe even gets you close to checkout.
Wow, okay. So the implication there is profound.
It really is. Because this raises a crucial point. You're no longer just optimizing for a human searching on Google. You're optimizing for the AI that's searching on the human's behalf.
So all that back-end data becomes critical.
Absolutely critical. Your product feed, your metadata, the descriptions, shipping information, return policies, even things like sustainability claims, all of it needs to be crystal clear and, importantly, machine-friendly. Structured data isn't optional anymore. It's essential.
And the content on the page itself
Needs to be super clear, super helpful. Think about what the AI needs to know to evaluate your product against the user's request. And interestingly, Google's emphasizing that product pages should be clean, free from distracting ads. Give the AI a clear path to the info it needs.
Okay, so for an e-commerce business listening right now, what are the immediate steps?
First, get your data house in order. Ensure product listings are complete, accurate, clean, and structured with rich data schema. Second, make sure key selling points reviews, shipping times, unique features are prominent and machine readable. And third, build trust. Clear policies, transparent pricing, verified customer feedback. The AI agent needs to trust your data to recommend you.
All right, now let's talk about creating all this content and imagery. Because AI isn't just changing how we find things, it's changing how we make things too, right? Google announced Imagen 4 and Veo 3.
Yeah, these are their latest generative AI models for visuals. Imagen 4 is for images. Think ultra-realistic images generated from text prompts, apparently in seconds. And Veo 3 is for video. High-quality video generation, handling movement, transitions, even specific moods, all from prompts.
Okay, so the implication is suddenly everyone's a creative director.
Well, sort of. It means anyone, including your competitors, can now generate really professional-looking creative assets much, much faster with just a few prompts. So yeah, the bar for content quality, visually speaking, it just got raised a lot.
And Google's going to notice this AI-generated content.
You bet. Their indexing is likely going to prioritize sites that have high-quality content, whether human-made or AI-generated and well-implemented.
But does this mean human creativity is obsolete? Can we just phone it in with AI prompt?
See, that's the fascinating part. No, I don't think so. It doesn't mean you can just automate everything and walk away. AI can generate fast, but you still have to provide the guidance, the strategy, the purpose. Your visuals need intent. Your video scripts need a real voice, a human connection. Your stories still need to resonate.
So it's a tool, not a replacement.
Exactly. Think of it as jet fuel for your creative teams. It can speed things up massively, handle the grunt work, but the direction, the polish, the brand voice, that's still human.
So actionables here. Train your team.
Definitely. Get your team skilled up on prompt engineering, on using these AI design workflows effectively. Use AI to draft creative concepts, maybe generate variations, but always refine it with human oversight, human polish, and your specific brand voice. And yeah, probably wise to invest in systems or processes that let you leverage this speed without sacrificing the quality or the brand consistency.
Okay, moving beyond the screens we use today, let's talk about personalization and this kind of XR extended reality future. Search results are getting way more personal, right?
Incredibly personal. Google's algorithms, fueled by machine learning and AI, are constantly learning your preferences from your search history. So the results you see are increasingly tailored to you. Personalized recommendations, hyperlocal results based on where you are right now.
Which is super useful, but I guess raises some questions too.
For sure. If we connect this to the bigger picture, there are always concerns about privacy and potential bias in algorithms when things get this personalized.
Yeah.
Google says they address this with things like anonymized data and efforts towards algorithmic transparency, but it's definitely an ongoing conversation.
And then there's the hardware side, these Android-powered XR glasses they talked about.
Right, and these aren't like the big, bulky VR headsets of the past. Think lightweight, everyday wearables, like your next pair of Ray-Bans potentially, but way smarter.
And the market for this is actually growing fast.
Projected to hit something like $21.44 billion in 2025. It's becoming real.
Give us some examples of how this might work.
Imagine you're walking down the street, you glance at a storefront, and maybe a little notification about a sale just hovers in your view, tied to that store. Or you're looking for lunch, and you just ask your glasses, show me vegan options near me, and you get directions overlaid on your actual view of the street. Real-time, heads-up guidance.
Okay, so that changes, well, everything for local businesses and product presentation.
Totally. It impacts local marketing, what they're calling spatial commerce, how products are shown. Suddenly, AR assets, 3D models of your products, immersive experiences, these aren't just gimmicks. They become potentially mainstream ways to engage.
So you need 3D models of your stuff.
Potentially, yeah. Especially for key products. You want them ready for integration into these wearable AR experiences. Relevant imagery, relevant text within those AR assets becomes key.
Action steps for listeners here seem a bit more future-focused.
Maybe. But the future arrives fast these days. Start testing AR product previews now, even if it's just on mobile. Explore immersive brand experiences. Begin building out 3D models if it makes sense for your products. And definitely keep optimizing your local listings with real-time data and thinking mobile first, or maybe even AR first content. It's about building for this emerging spatial web.
Okay, so let's try and tie this all together. We've talked about AI overviews, visual search, agentic shopping, AI creation, personalization, XR. With all these massive changes, has SEO, search engine optimization, fundamentally changed?
Oh, absolutely, yes. It's not dead, but it's definitely evolved. It's really no longer just about keywords stuffed onto a page.
It's more about...
It's about clarity, quality, and critically, that structured, machine-readable data we keep coming back to.
How big a shift is this, really?
This raises an important question. I'd say this is the biggest shift since maybe BERT back in 2019, that big algorithm update. But it feels deeper this time. It's not just tweaking the algorithm. It's like a rewrite of the fundamental rules of engagement. How users interact with Google across everything: search, shopping, content discovery.
So the new SEO equation involves what key components?
Okay, so you need to be structuring your content to potentially feed those AI overviews. That's huge. You need your visuals to be clearly recognizable and tagged for Google Lens and visual search. You need your product listings optimized for these AI shopping agents. And you need to ensure your content is actually getting included in Google's index. Their crawlers are getting smarter, more advanced. You need to make sure they can find and understand your stuff.
And through all this transformation, keeping track, measuring success, that's got to be vital, right?
Oh, absolutely crucial. You can't just set and forget any strategy, especially not now. You need to understand what's working, what's not, and make decisions based on data. What gets measured gets managed.
What tools should people be using?
Well, the standard Google toolkit is still essential. Google Analytics, Google Search Console, page speed insights. Use them to track your core metrics: website traffic, user engagement, conversion rates, where people are coming from, how they're interacting with these new features.
And the process.
Set clear, measurable goals first. What are you trying to achieve with these changes? Then, use the data you collect to see if you're hitting those goals and where you need to improve. And just embrace continuous testing and iteration. Try things, measure them, learn, adjust. The landscape is just moving too fast for anything else.
So wrapping this up, Google I/O 2025 wasn't just an iteration. It really heralded this AI-powered end-to-end transformation. It affects everything from the first search query right through to purchase and how we consume content online. The future seems to favor the fast, the adaptable, and definitely the prepared.
That's a great summary.
Yeah.
And maybe a final thought to leave people with. As AI gets better and better at handling the informational tasks, the what and the where, how does your unique human element, your voice, your brand's perspective, your creativity become even more important? How do you use that human touch to truly connect with your audience in a world increasingly mediated by AI? Something to think about.
That's a wrap for this episode of Undumb Marketing. If you liked what you heard, don't stop here. Check out our other episodes for more straight takes on today's hottest marketing topics. New episodes dropping weekly, so hit follow and stay ahead of the game. Got a question or topic you want us to tackle? Find us online and let's keep the conversation going. See you next time.